So this one, I'm with my sister Marianne again, and we're going to do one on what I will call either false diagnoses, misdiagnoses. And there's so many of those that we in traditional medicine and psychiatry label us humanoids with. This one's going to be on alcoholism. All right, now, one of the many on alcoholism, I believe, that we'll have. Alcoholism is real. All right, I've taken care of so many patients that have died from complications of alcoholism. So it's real, but there are so many nuances to it, and we label each other as alcoholics when in fact we're not at all. So here's a picture of my mom and dad on their wedding day, and then you see Grandpa and Grandma Sullivan off to the left and Grandpa and Grandpa Murphy off to the right. Well, back in the day, trust me, everyone thought that Grandpa Sullivan was alcoholic, and everyone thought that Grandpa Murphy was alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? And I think as a result of that, my parents were a little afraid of alcohol. But let's just go here again. Grandma and Grandpa Sullivan, this is when the kids were little. Mom and her two brothers who were, well, you know, the five of them. Mom was the oldest. And then we have here Mom and Dad on their wedding day. And as I was going to say, Mom and Dad were both kind of afraid of alcohol, I think, because of their experiences
I
with
just
them.
don't remember them drinking. Maybe Dad had a pink squirrel.
Yeah, they did.
Once
And
in a while.
Mom later on in life, maybe she'd have a half glass of wine, but I think it was more just, it made her tired. Okay? So anyway, Marianne, take your, okay. So my story here is this. If our grandfathers had lived today, they lived great lives. All right, you know, remember Grandpa Murphy, zapped by lightning. Grandpa Sullivan died in his 70s, but they lived great lives.
Yeah.
And Grandpa Murphy, I mean, he was known for having the benders. He'd binge drink. He'd be out on the ranch. He'd come in. He'd throw a big party, you know. And if he lived today, there's no way he'd get away with that. He'd be labeled an alcoholic. He'd get stuck in rehab. He might, in fact, be stuck, and I say this with some sensitivity, in AA. Now, I think AA is one of the best therapeutic models out there because it's just like-minded people talking to each other. We keep the professionals out of there. But when you get in these rehabs where you have all these professionals who think they know what's going on, you know, and even if you look at our family, okay, so we had a great family party last night hosted by Kevin and Julie. Did I drink more than 2 drinks? Yeah, okay, I'm doing fine. But as I went through all this crazy gaslighting, again, where people did not know how we were hurting each other, oh, Dawn, you know, if you drink more than 2 drinks a day, it's unhealthy. I'm going, what kind of nuttiness is this? You know, people ought to be able to drink what they want as long as they're functioning well and they're not putting themselves or others at risk, okay? But nowadays, we are just so sure of ourselves in these diagnoses.
And labeling.
And labeling.
Yep.
And we create this fear, like say in AA. I mean, I think it's wonderful. These are great communities. But people in AA think, oh, I have to abstain. It's either all or nothing. This gets us back to our binary thinking, all or nothing. I'm going, that's not how the human being.
Honest Medicine. You wrote a book about
Well,
that
yeah.
in the 90s.
But it's like, no, people in AA, if they were to have something, now there are some who, if they start, can go down that path. But the vast majority are kind of living in fear that, oh, I can't do this. And it's like Mom and Dad was, or Dad was, right? He wasn't going to touch that stuff because of what he thought. Now, we're going to end this one by, we're going to go outside, okay?
I'm following you.
Yeah, okay, because I'm going to be driving home to Denver today, okay, MA? All right? And I want the policeman, you know, to know that I don't drink with open containers. Okay? I'm very safe and responsible. But should anyone wonder, again, they do not hospitalize me or arrest me for my chocoholism.
That's
Okay,
right.
they don't do that.
They should, but they don't. Okay. So
Here, there's my license plate, okay? What's the date today? I don't know, July whatever.
Whatever,
And I'm
yeah.
going back to Denver, okay? So if the alcohol police are out there, I'm really safe, okay?
okay.
All right, goodbye.